Good morning, it's me. Okay, check this out. So I stayed in a unit last night at our apartment, and so you know that it is safe enough for people to live here. So this is one of our renovated units. I will show you this puppy. Okay, so here's one of the closets. It's a 2-bedroom. Here's the bathroom. We redid these, and we've had to redo them a couple of times. So this is actually, this unit, now that I remember correctly, this is all the original work. We had to clean it a few times, so this is a 2-bedroom unit, huge. I actually did some sprints in here earlier. It may not look big enough, but I just wanted to show you like one of our units. This one has a pretty nice view actually, so you can see the top of the complex over there, and then there's the U-Haul store right behind us. So we've got, 2 bedrooms, 2 closets, 2 bathrooms, and this one just got leased last night. Yeah, so it's actually a family that I have been helping my staff, and now we have another person helping. And so we're almost done with this kitchen. This just needs to be installed over here. But just wanted to show you a day in the life, like last night, obviously I didn't take a video while I was on my sleeping bag. So you can see I've got a backpack on. Bye, little unit. I can't stay in this one anymore because they'll have a new family in there, but I'll be back in a couple weeks. So as you can see here, I've got my backpack, and then I've got my little roller bag, and that is what I put on the airplane when I come out. Now in April, I'll be driving, but this thing actually, see, I have my little trash that I made in the shower, and then when I took the shower, I scrubbed it down myself afterwards. So I actually have a sleeping bag in here. So that's why it's like puffy, and so when I put it on the plane I have to scrunch it down. But point is, so we're gonna go take the trash out now, just like a good citizen in the community. So I've got a sleeping bag in there, and it has a 2-inch air mattress that I use when I go backpacking. So it makes it to where I don't have to get a hotel here, and it's free. So it's really helpful to me. And then actually, because we've done such a good job at bringing in, I'm gonna put some trash in the chute. We've been doing such a good job at bringing in residents who are actually respectful and quiet. I slept 8.5 hours last night because it was so quiet in here. Yay! And it's actually, this place is incredibly insulated. Check this out. These are our old elevators. This one, this one is getting modernized. We just got our break-in for that finally. I don't know if you ever intend to do any kind of elevator work, but call me. It's incredible the type of things that happen, the overcharging, the contracts. Like if you don't know what you're looking at when you're looking at the brake underneath an elevator, or like there's a cylinder in these ones anyway. There's other kinds of elevators. These are Crump elevators. But point is there's lots of parts, and people will tell you that they're varying different costs. Trying to sort of take advantage. So we took a contract that was $500,000 from 2 different companies around here. And of course they also think, because there's not very many companies, that they can squeeze you for more money. And it's like, well, the money's not there, so no. Anyway, we were able to get the repairs wrapped up for $180,000, $170,000, I believe. So I mean, like, look at the difference. And so it was just because I went into the actual elevator shaft. Well, not really, because you can't go in there, but I looked in there, and then I looked at the service history, and I might lose you on the elevator. But anyway, so if you need any advice about elevators, don't buy a property with elevators. This property has 7 floors. This is not original, so these have been replaced once because it's an older building, but these are 80s, so you can see that this is the cab from the 80s. They wanted to modernize the cab, and I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty cool. I think it kind of shows the complex and where it came from and where it's going. So now we have market rate renters and tenants. And so what I'm going to go do is work with Maria. I'm going to go work on making sure she got her lead follow-up done. And then we're going to do a couple of errands before I have to do a call with our new help. And our help is going to be doing some of the lead follow-up. So what we're going to be doing, and of course I'm looking to see any weird stuff going on. It's the back door. Sometimes people prop that open. It's not. So essentially just making sure that we have our things in order. So has the lead follow-up been completed last night and this morning? She's got office hours for her to be able to get that done, so I'm going to check on that. Then her and I are going to go print off some flyers. We're going to head over to Tyson Foods after we grab some carbs for lunch. It's my high carb day. And then we're going to go over there into their break room. We have these flyers that her and I made, or she made actually, that we're going to put in the break room that have these little tear-offs. And once we're done putting that in their break room and telling them our specials, then I'm going to have, let's see, so we go get the colored paper, we go print the flyers, get lunch, then I'm going to have her take me to the airport. I'm going to grab a flight, then I'm going to go back to Dallas, and then Total Wealth Academy actually has their new Dallas office opening tonight. So by then my hair will be dry, and I will go to that meeting. I think it's 6 o'clock tonight in Irving. So just another day in the life. But anyway, here in Amarillo, and then we're going to go, I'll kind of walk you with me to the front. So we are just in the elevator area, and so this is nice public restroom. Our library is over there. These are some offices that we have for rent over here. And then, actually this used to be a chapel. So we're figuring out what we want to use that for. But we actually made a chapel, and there's some more offices. I won't show you because it's private now. Actually I will. So if we go up these stairs, there is actually a church that moved into our building. So if we look up here, we have this part that used to be a chapel. But anyway, so we have a church that moved in, and these windows sometimes will be open for service. They're actually going to be doing Easter service here, and I might be here for it. So just another day in the life. Let's see. Hey, Raquel, is this the Amarillo? Yeah, this is the Amarillo project. So we are pretty much to the point where we just have to focus on our follow-up for leads. That's why there's 3 of us helping with that right now. And then once we get it leased, then we'll be able to do our thing and boogie. So really excited to be at that point. But yeah, if you have any questions, drop them below, or you can email me. But just wanted to show you guys, you know, kind of sometimes what you got to do as an owner whenever things aren't going the way that you want them to. You got to step in and, beautiful windows. You got to step in and help people, you know what I mean, that are overwhelmed. And here's the biggest thing is whenever you have staff or associates that are telling you, hey, I have a bottleneck, I don't have ready units, but we can't afford to get the units ready. Or they're telling you, hey, like I'm overwhelmed, I can't follow up with all the emails. I get 160 emails a week, plus the text, plus the email, plus the other maintenance work that we have to do, and trying to make sure that maintenance is on time with their work. You listen. And so, you know, I stepped in and ran an ad myself, and following up with that, added on another team member so that they can remote qualify all of our residents and then get them in here booked for tours. So basically like a appointment setter, right, after they're qualified appointment set, and then just boom, stick them in her calendar so that she can physically show, and she closes 50+% of everyone that, you know, takes a step in here. So as long as we have qualified people, like we're going to be able to just totally like slam dunk this thing. But what has been happening is I have been so focused on Corpus Christi, like our asset down there, and now we finally have it to a place where renovations are done. We have it to a place where we have a property management company that is capable of finding qualified renters, and they're capable of moving them in on time. The last bottleneck, there's always bottlenecks to solve. That's your job as an owner-operator, whether you do it, you know, here because you have to see it, or remote. On that property, we had an issue. Let me give you a tip with HVAC. Right? We ran out of money. We're like, we don't have a budget to put in a brand new system. Number one, I have a contact for you if you'd like this in Dallas, who is actually going to be able to get you a HVAC, the full system, for about $3,300. Down in Corpus, people were trying to charge like $7,000 plus because they were trying to take advantage of the fact that it's a remote market. And, like there's not a lot of supply, so we're going to charge more. So if you order in bulk as well, you can get a bigger discount, but I've got that contact for you. They currently service like Hearst, Euless, Bedford, and they have a warehouse over there, but they can truck down a bunch of stuff, you know, obviously if you buy it in bulk. So there's that. And then also, check this out. So if you have a maintenance man that's on staff, or like what we did at Corpus, because it's only a 40-unit property, it's tiny, you can't afford a full maintenance staff, right? So we found somebody who is EPA certified. This is like a godsend, but you know, an EPA certification is somebody who is able to put it in an HVAC system. They're able to add the Freon to the system if it needs it. They're able to do all of the AC work, right? So in Texas, like, you have to have AC. It's such an important thing. I have moved into one of my properties, right? And so I know what it feels like in the freaking summertime in 110 degrees to lose your AC and have to go to Home Depot and go find or Costco, yay, and go find a system that I can put in the window. It was a Hisense system, so very nice, but anyway, and install it myself. So I know what it feels like when someone's uncomfortable, right? And this is partially why I'm doing all this, because it's like, what is it like, you know? But anyway, so what we did, this was so smart. Walmart has mini splits is what they're called. So instead of a full system, and this is a property where we went through a huge fire and the insurance payout was taken by one of our partners. And so we're not able to renovate all of the different units or be able to fix things that were taken, right? So, and even if that's not what happens to you, if you just have a property that, I don't know, I don't know, but the mini splits are not necessarily like the longest term solution, but we have a project where the market's not great, right? So we'd love to sell it this year, but that might not happen. We don't know what's going to happen with loan rates in the Fed, but we do know Q4 or maybe in the beginning of next year that as long as we're able to maintain everything for a year plus, so these systems have a 3-year warranty, which is the coolest part. Walmart actually gives you 3 years warranty on all the parts. What we did was we found an EPA certified technician who had another job part-time and wanted to work for us part-time. So he's installing the systems at an hourly rate instead of charging labor. So his labor is going to be about a total of $1,600 to install all the systems on, I think, 10 different buildings. I have this number wrong, I promise you, but I know we ordered 10 and then we have like a couple half systems. So we had some systems that were still half good and remaining after like a big loss incident. So the mini splits, each of them with 18,000 BTU and with a bracket, which by the way, you need to install it on the wall outside or you have to put it on a concrete pad. But I like the bracket because it's mounted and then it's like secure like a brace. Because someone could just lift it off the concrete pad. But anyway, so you put it outside. So it's the system itself is about $600 for the nicer one. You also have to be able to give heat to your residents, right? So those BTUs are for the heat part of it. So you're able to do AC, full system, and it cools up to 1,000 square feet for that many BTUs. You also don't have to, like my system, you don't have to drain it. So if you have a standing unit that you have to roll around, I forget what they're called, you have to drain it. It's super annoying, right? And then the window units are tacky. They ruin your walls. They ruin your building. They're also not very secure. So if somebody wants to rip them out of the window and come in your place, they can. So really these mini splits are a great idea. And again, 3-year warranty. So if you're maybe at the end of a project and some loss incident happens and you have to put in ACs, we've found that the mini splits have been really awesome for, and again, this is like a garden style apartment where it's only 2 stories, like not a big tall building. So, the mini split itself is about $600. The labor for 10 of them is $1,600. So do the math and divide it by 10 systems being put in. It takes our maintenance man, he can put in 2 systems a day. And so essentially within a week, he's gonna have these systems installed. It's only $1,600. And so if we really do the math, it's about $1,200 a unit total for labor and trash removal if there was, for example, like a piece of an old system. So you're able to trash out, you're able to put in a new system with a 3-year warranty, you're able to put in the labor, but again, because we had a part-time EPA certified technician that was able to install these, and he'll do it in 1 week. And so this is South Texas in Corpus, so you gotta make sure people have AC, or period in Texas, but it's hot there year round really, except for like December and January. So you gotta have systems there. So that was a really big win that we had, being able to figure that out. That property is stable, and so I'm able to focus here now. So here's the deal. I'm gonna be here to make sure that everything is executed. Today, I was here yesterday and today. I'll be leaving, and then I'll be back in 2 weeks to make sure our goals are hit. I'll be back again 2 weeks after that and 2 weeks after that. So sometimes it's what it takes. Another day in the life. See ya.